what happens. Also, the map that they're going to be playing on is something that you're going to have to take in consideration going into the next game.
Right. So, like I said before previously, is that's so impressive to be able to have 5 or less deaths in a game type like that is just so impressive. So Mathena stepping up big time for his team, going 16-5 in that round, and I would expect to have the same thing. I want to say that I expect to see the same thing from Mathena, but could be anybody on his team. Nelson having a really good game on that Sovereign game. So going into this, I want to say that I have a prediction, but I'm afraid to.
Yeah, I mean, especially what we were talking about yesterday, how I guess you can call it the caster's curse, or kind of
so real.
Yeah, it definitely is real. I mean, yesterday we were talking about somebody was in Certain Story. I forgot the two teams are actually playing, but it was 6, no, not 6, because of course if you got 6 you would win.
Right.
It was actually 5-2, and we were saying, yeah, they're definitely going to go in. They know their mentality is that we only have to win one more game, and the enemy team was actually able to come from that 5-2 deficit and come up and beat that enemy team. So it was actually really cool to see, because I mean, when you have such of a deficit like that, in your mind, like I was saying, 5-2, you only have to win 1. They have to win 3 to be able to go, or actually 4 to go into to win it. So I mean, they were able to win 4 in a row. By the time they weren't even able to get just 1 on the opposite team.
Right, so now we are looking at S&D on Octane. I'm so excited for this game type. I personally have not casted this game type yet, so I'm really excited to see who goes on offense first. It's looking like it may have maybe this Mullet Nation squad, if I'm not.
Actually, on offense, it is going to be the Wash squad. And one of the things I wanted to make note of is actually one player has not come in for this Mullet Nation squad, and he does spawn in, that is Vendetta. But one of the things I want to know, like you said, you didn't have him casted over Search and Destroy here on Octane. And I actually haven't, since I've been here, I haven't either. But what I like to do, a lot of the teams like to go to the B-bomb. But the thing is that both players, if we look at the minimap, they're kind of, where they spawn are kind of in the same comparison, same distance right here, as a gunfight is going to go down right in front of bottom hotel, and Cutie Colchan right now using the sniper rifle.
Right, so it's something we saw from him in the previous games, and I would fully expect for him to take full advantage of this and maybe try to get on top pawn for some good angles as he picks up that kill. That was insane. I love how he's switching around here, moving around gas, and I would fully expect him as he got that early pick, but we are looking at a 3v3 situation, so he is going to get a little mobile as his teammate gets taken out. I believe that was Sharp. So now a 2v3 situation. We know that they're near the bomb plant area, so let's see if he's going to try to maybe zoom in and get a quick kill. Very impressive.
Did he get that kill?
I believe he did. It was on the
Yes, it was. He was able to get that kill. So I mean, right now as we're looking at it, we're looking at a 2v1 situation. And what right there. See, that's one of the things that happens in this game is like when you try to either jump over something, you might actually vault to where your hand goes down on the whatever object you're on, and it just does not work out for them.
We're actually watching a blitz game earlier where there was a guy almost in the exact same positioning of where that player was killed there, and he was trying to jump shot the player, but instead he actually jumped on the box and just stood up and got killed. So we were kind of laughing about that, but that is very unfortunate for them. But we do have Washed going up 1-0 in this S&D. So starting this off, we do have Quickfire grabbing the bomb for this Mullet Nation squad.
All right, so yeah, I mean, we're going into the this A side, and I mean, usually you see these teams, they're going for the B side, but they're going to try to make maybe trick their team a little bit, and we're going to go over to this A side. So right now, already one player, that is Colchan and Jess, to go down on each side, so it is going to be a 3v3 situation, as I think the opposite team, I don't know who's trying to go and rotate over towards that bottom link area, or bottom but he is going to go down, and that is actually, he goes down with the bomb?
Yep. Oh, no, that was Quickfire.
Quickfire
with the bomb. Sharpisha does have the bomb now, as he's going to try to stay alive. And he does have his teammate here. And one thing that I noted previously in the tournament is that Sharp is so, I love, you don't normally see this a lot from many players, but I love his mentality. He's such a smart player where if he has a teammate alive with the bomb, we've seen this in S&D from him, is he loves to get vertical with his teammates, whether he has the bomb or if he's defending his teammate with the bomb as he gets taken out there. Vendetta being the only one alive. But what I was saying is that he loves to get vertical with his teammates, stay really close, so that way it's at least a trade in any situation, even if his teammate dies, and which to me makes the most sense. You never want to distance yourself too much from your teammates, especially in a game type like S&D. S&D.
Yeah, see, the thing that was happening here is Vendetta. He took a long time to go for that plant, and right now there's not going to be enough time to get it. But what happened was Vendetta didn't have enough time to get over to that bomb, and what happened? Oh, he's on the ground, almost able to get that kill, and that was going to mean it would have been an O or a 1-to-1 victory there for this Mullet squad right now. But he might not have been able to take out that kill just because he was low on ammo. So let's just go ahead and go on board. Let's go on with defense because we haven't actually been looking at defense too much.
All right, well, so interesting enough, we do have Colchan, of course, using his sniper as he looks across to bottom pink or strip or whatever we want to call that. I like strip club. I'm sad that there's so many different call-outs.
Exactly. So, I mean, Sharpisa, actually not Sharpisa, but it's Colchan. He's going to overload right here. Or not overload, it is... What, I keep forgetting what the, whatever, he has an MTAR as well as a sniper. Overkill, that's what it's called.
Overkill.
So anyway, of course, it's going to be Cutie Colchan. He's going to be right here, he's going to go up towards, he's going to try to get an early pick over here, see if anybody's going to be, see if anybody's going to be trying to make that crossover. He's going to look and see if anybody's at strip, but it doesn't look like he's going to be on strip, as it is a 1v2 situation. We're going to go ahead and look at Mathena, as Colchan was looking at that top strip area, and that's exactly where Mathena is right now.
So it looked like he was almost trying to maneuver his way over to A, but I guess he saw somebody, so now I don't know if that's still what he's trying to do, but I love how he's being very patient. He has 30 seconds. He has some time, but at the same time, you got to deduct at least 7.5 just to be safe. And if you do that, you're looking at about 15 seconds, and he's got to move. So he's made up his mind. So he's going to start working towards bottom broken, and it's ticking down. Close to 15 seconds now. He's going to have to make a quick decision, but you got to think that Sharp and Colchan are relatively knowing where he's going. If we look at the mini-map, they are closing in on him. This is going to be very close.
Exactly. He's going to go down.
Yep.
So, I mean, he definitely didn't have enough. Oh, there.
So we got some melt the body.
We got some dead bodies being shot. Shots fired at these dead bodies. I mean, Sharpisha doing pretty good. 4-2. I mean, he's going positive. If you look at the scoreboard for their team, 3-2, 4-2, 1-2, 1-3.
I do believe we have some type of mating call going on the main stage right now.
I mean, we've been hearing that throughout this entire competition. People just kind of yelling crazy stuff. Actually, it was yesterday. It was Nelson. I remember it was Nelson that was just screaming at the top of his lungs. I think he was just trying to like maybe how like lions like they have like that roar that kind of like it gets their enemies or whatever. They get kind of
scare them off a little. Yeah.
That's exactly what Nelson was doing yesterday. But as we're talking about Nelson, we're gonna go ahead and watch him as he's using the same gun that he uses in every single other game mode, and that's exactly what we're going to see. As that Nelson is definitely a really strong AR player.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. You're completely right with that. If he's able to do well with his AR, and which he's showed that he's been able to with all the trash talk he's talking about, he's definitely been able to do really good with his SC 2010.
Right. So looking at this right now, we do have a tied series 2-2. We are going into this is the 4th round of S&D with time ticking down, and we have slowed it down a little bit as 2 players from Mullet Nation are down, but we do have Colchan and Sharp still alive for the Mullet Nation squad, which is definitely the 2 players you don't want still alive for them. This is not like, and he's gonna get picked up as Sharp gets taken out by Nelson. That is a heck of a spot. You tend to see a lot of players camp right there, but I mean, hey. Like I said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah. So he's going to pick that easy throws. Colchan's going to converge, get a couple of hit markers to stay alive. We still have 2 members as Nelson did get taken out by Colchan there. 2 members alive for him, so let's see as Colchan does have the bomb, and he's going to try to go ahead and get this plant.
We'll see. If you see on the, it's either Versatile or Mathena, I don't know. It's actually Mathena that is going to go ahead and hear that the bomb get that kill, as it's going to be a very easy defuse for him right now. So it's going to bring them up 3-1 right here, and not looking, I mean, 3-1, we've seen a lot of comebacks from this kind of deficit, but I mean, at this point right here, not looking the best for this Mullet Nation squad, but I mean, of course, like I said, we've seen a lot of big comebacks from especially this, and I mean, they still have to win 3 rounds, and I mean, they still have to win 5. Not that big of a deficit, but exactly, we're going to have to see what's going to happen as we go into these next couple rounds.
Right, well, there's been some really weak gameplay from Vendetta and Quickfire. A lot of the pressure being put on Colchan and Sharp, so I'd expect them, something we said, we would like to see Quickfire kind of step it up and maybe stay alive and see in these situations if he could maybe just stay alive so that this rotating around so they just don't expect Colchan or Sharp to be coming from an area. They're kind of making it hard on their teammates at this point. Dead all the time, but we are on board with Jester right now as he does get taken out, so I do believe that'll be a 1v4 situation or 1v3 situation for Nelson. as it does get shot at, and that's an easy cleanup. So
it's definitely going to be easy cleanup for him. The enemy team knew exactly where he was. Right here, Vendetta had a really good shot on him. He heard his footsteps, he heard his shots, and I mean, one person was on the other side of the strip, one person was right behind him, and I mean, when you're in that kind of situation, it's definitely going to be hard for you, especially in a 1v3 situation, and then 2 people looking at you at the same time. So like I was saying, they are not, this Mullet Nation squad, not out of this game quite yet, but of course, I mean, time will only tell, and it's not over till the Valley 6.
And she probably won't be singing for at least 4 or 5 more rounds, because this one honestly looks like it's going 11. But one thing I will expect to see from this Mullet Nation squad is for Colchan to just take over, man. I want to see him get loud again. And that's something I wasn't expecting, as he's the first one to get taken out in this round. The caster curse is just so real.
So real.
I'll just stop talking about everyone in general. But I would love to see him just get loud in this game type, and I know that's not something you see typical in S&D. It's very passive, players just take their time, want to make smart plays, and almost not kind of just limit your movement, but you gotta get in the head of these washed boys, man. They're just kind of taking off, and this is it. This is it for them.
It definitely is going to be. I mean, for both of these teams, it's. I mean, if they do lose, then they're going to be kicked out. Kicked out
of the winners. No, they won't be out of the tournament. This will be it for the series. We are on Game 5.
They will be going into that losers bracket and then be going against, I'm not exactly which other team that is actually in the losers bracket. But as we're talking about this,
I believe that it's Triumph.
Triumph. So
Triumph.
Okay, they'll be going against them. But right now it is a 2v3 situation. I want to see Sharp go big on this one. And I mean, 3v2 situation is not going to be too bad. I mean, being down 1 player definitely is a big factor in this. But he's going to go ahead and see if he can get a shot off of here. And the thing is, I don't know if they have enough time for this. 10 seconds left. He has to get over to that bomb in 7.5 seconds. I don't think. Nope, he's not going to have enough time for it. Definitely not going to have enough time for that as Sharp does go down for it. And he's going to try to see if he can get some of those kills, and he doesn't get those kills. So 4-2 here on Search and Destroy on Octane.
Wash is playing a fantastic game now. I want to say that the map movement has been very good by them, but their patience, I think, is what's been key for them in winning this S&D on Octane, because there's so many... Like Freight, once you get to the enemy side of the map, it's almost like you just have to focus on being patient, making sure that the plays you do are, worthwhile. And it seems like we do have this this Wash squad, all 3 pushing out towards this B plant.
Yeah, you can see this Mathena. He's kind of playing it smart, and I think he does have a sniper. Actually, that's not a sniper. It looks like it's going to be an SC-2010, but being that he is the bomb carrier, I usually don't see this a lot. I usually don't see that bomb carrier staying back, as it looks like 1 player. Oh, actually, it's a 3-4 situation. So Mathena being the bomb carrier right now, he's making some pretty risky moves with his head out there on the top hotel. This is the bomb carrier on top coffee.
Right, and you got to expect someone on the other team to be kind of looking for an early pick in the game, and we still have all 4 players alive, I believe, for each team as we're looking at our mini-map. But quick gunfight going on down as the bomb carrier gets taken out, and this 2 players down for Wash. So now I'd fully expect Mullet Nation, knowing where that bomb is at, for the rest of the teams on the other side of the map to kind of converge as someone else from Wash gets taken out. Now, Vendetta playing out of his mind. That was a fantastic round by Vendetta. I'm not sure how the kills equaled out there, but him making a great push on them, on the enemy team.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not going to go, I'm kind of just going to toot my horn a little bit right here and saying that even though Broadcaster has kind of messed up here, I feel like it could be a pilot. Like, I'm flying around pretty good.
Right.
I mean, I know it's definitely not ideal for broadcaster mode to mess up, because I mean, you don't really get to see the perspective, you don't see what people are alive, but seeing by the mini-map, it's not too hard to tell. You guys just kind of have to pay attention a little bit more. It's not too hard to tell, so I mean, we're going to go and see what this enemy team does, and they're not going to be going for that B flag. They're going to see one person, this is what I like, one person stays back and sees if he can get the crossover, call out to see if anybody's going to cross over, and they are going to be going for this A flag. So we're going to see actually 2 mini-maps up on that top left. Guys, that's just fine. We can see Vendetta is going to be top broken right now, as Coolfire is bottom broken, and making sure that they can see that the A flag or the A bomb is going to be easily playable.
Right, so we do have Colchan over by the double Humvees with that sniper, still sniping for his team. I would expect him to just kind of keep that facilitated, as Versatile does take out the bomb carrier, I believe, for the Mullet Nation squad. So now this is going to be a fight, and Versatile does get that kill. Huge round by Washed. That was very good. I like how they were kind of passive-aggressive with that approach on offense, but Versatile is able to pick up that last kill, the guy in the window.
Definitely able to take out that last kill, and I don't want to completely count out the enemy team right now. I don't want to count out Mullet Nation, as I mean, they do have a very strong team. We've seen it in the other Search and Destroy game. We know destroyed. And going into this potentially last round, it is 5 to 3.
Yep.
So I mean, of course, it's going to be this Wash team that only has to win one. By the other side, Mullet Nation will have to go in 3 more.
So again, more of a very passive-aggressive approach as we have Nelson jumping into that smoke and shooting down that gas station as the bomb Jester pushing straight in. It looks like he might try to get a quick plant as he does have a teammate there. That was a great starting push by Washed as Versatile does take out, I believe that was Nelson, so Jester's going to stay alive, and this is going to be really crucial for him to kind of just lock this area down, and I would fully expect everyone from Washed to kind of